I bought my house 1 year after graduating college. Mina, sit down. Wait, sit down. Settle. Wait. This is a story of how I bought my house 1 year after graduating college. For the most part, this will just explain briefly on what I did to get me here. I also might get off track, and I'll try to stay on track because this little bugger keeps distracting. Crowd, meet Mina, or whoever's watching. Meet Mina, meet whoever's watching. See it? Either way, she might be distracting. At the same time, man, get down. What am I gonna do?
What?
With that being said,
Bro,
full disclaimer. With that being said, full disclaimer. I'm going to try to get through the story. Mina has to kind of be out. Mostly just because she hadn't been able to be out much today. Today's supposed to be one of her days. Now that I've told you that, if that sounds good to you, I'm going to go and continue. Sit down. Wait. Good girl. Basically, this is how I bought my house 1 year after graduating college. This story doesn't really start after college. This story starts further back. It kind of starts in 9th grade, which is crazy. That's kind of how long it takes to build anything. Long story short, I was able to afford the down payment for my house using investments, crypto. I went to college for 3.5 years. I didn't go to a junior college. I went straight to a university. I finished a semester early with a 3.74 GPA, magna cum laude, or something like that, with a degree in agriculture economics. With that being said, that degree, I'm not even using today. Now, it still does prove that I can actually stay consistent and get to work and pursue a goal for longer than 2 years. It still shows that, which is good. At the end of the day, I know that I did not want to be in any debt unless the debt either was necessary or made me money. I really still want to be in any debt at all. It was between Alcorn State University and Jackson State, and both of them were giving me some money, but State said I had to pay them an extra $5,000 for room and board. Alcorn said that if I decided to go agriculture route, they'll give me an extra $10,000, so I'd actually get some money back in my pocket. And then a community college told me that I still had to pay them $500. So I went to the university that said they would give me a full ride plus some, because I wanted to do economics as a degree. I wanted to just study business. Business is too easy, so I want to do economics. Alcorn doesn't have economics, like, at all. Alcorn has agriculture economics and a lot of agriculture. That being said, I was just picking what was gonna be free. I tried to pick the most responsible decision for myself. That was an example of me trying to minimize my debt over the years, even from such a young age, which is why I was able to buy a house. And honestly, if I had to pay to go to college, I probably wouldn't have went. My dad was telling me once I became a 9th grader that my career and college career starts as soon as I begin high school. He said I should keep my grades up and start focusing on other stuff that's for the future. I invested in some crypto because he said that was a good idea. I did some research. I did my own research. Like I said, never do any investment without doing your research. Because if you mess up, you can't sit here and blame somebody else. You should have done your own research. You don't need to go off somebody else's word, because you need to make sure that you're right, because it's your money. Stop it. Sit. Wait. But at the end of the day, you need to make sure that you keep yourself accountable for what you're doing. Investing is rewarding your future self. 100%. Right here. Sit. Wait. Investing is rewarding your future self. What I mean by that is, you are putting money that you have now, that you have the ability to spend on whatever you want, into something that's going to print you or give you or yield you more money back than what you put in the future. The only thing it's gonna take is some time. You have to be smart about where you put it. My dad explained to me when I was young that this stuff takes time. If I wanted to be ahead of my generation, then I should invest. Now, Mina, why? What reason do you have for this? Leave me alone. Leave like this. Stop. Move. This. Wait. God damn. Wait. Good girl. That is my daughter. At this point, her name is Mina Morgan, named after Vaughn Morgan. She is annoying. I'm gonna continue. You need to invest for the future. That's what I did. I'm gonna go ahead and skip ahead some. In 9th grade, I invested around $1,200 or $1,100 into crypto. Why did I have $1,100 in 9th grade? Because I was saving up in my piggy bank under my bed for years. Since I was 8. Every 2 weeks, my dad would give me $2. And I just take that and put it in a jar. I had $1,100 in 9th grade, or 2019. That's probably when it was. It was definitely 2019. I don't know what grade I was in now. Now I'm thinking about it. 2019. With that being said, in 2020, that summer, actually, I lied. 2020, I put it in there. Because I think I graduated in 2021. So 2020, I put it in there. 2020, I put it in there. I was still building it up over time. 9th grade, that was me building up my grades and all that mess over time. 2020, I put my money in there. 2021, May, bull market happened. My $1,100 went to $8,000. I was like, dang, I've never had this much money in my life. I was in high school. High school with $8,000 is crazy. Sit down. Wait. High school with $8,000 is crazy. 100%. Good girl. It's mind-boggling to someone that didn't have that much money. I think the most I ever had before then might have been, I think the most that I had before that might have been like maybe 100. Boy, girl, get your butt out the camera. The most I'd probably had before that might have been 400, maybe. I was very excited and happy for myself. With that being said, I also didn't take profits or take any money out. Well, I watched the 8,000 raise back down or fall back down all the way to 900 or 890 or something, which broke my heart. I didn't get out because everything has a cycle, and I know that. Every market has a cycle. Crypto's market follows like a 4-year cycle or something like that. Has a bull market and a bear market. It's down in the bear market for like forever. Then it shoots up to the bull market for like a little bit of time. And it just falls back down. I watched it fall back down for a very long time. I watched it fall back down maybe for 5 months until it was back down at 900. I was just really upset because I lost all my money. I was like, it's gonna go back up. No, it's gonna go back up. It never went back up. Later, I decided, Later, I decided that I wanted to basically not take my money out, even though I was upset that I lost my money, because I was like, it's gonna go back up because it's cycles. I stayed in it for another 4 years. Good girl. I stayed in it for another 4 years. It rewarded me. The next time that it came around, I knew the plan. I had lived this plan, or I had lived through this type of cycle once already. So I knew to get out when I got a good amount of money, I start seeing it go down. Get the hell out. Don't sit there and wait because you think it's gonna go back up. This time, I held it all the way through college because I knew we were still in the bear market. Because it happened as soon as I graduated high school. It happens every 4 years. I graduated 1 semester early. Oh, shit. Now get the out of my damn video. Literally, I graduated a semester before my stuff popped off, which meant that I had time to work and build up more money. Because when I graduated, I didn't have any money saved up because all my money was invested or I was just spending and living on campus. I would go home over the summer and work. I stopped doing shot put. I stopped doing track. Mina, move, sit down. 7. I stopped doing like all this stuff. Give me a second. I'm finna get her something because she tripping. Mina, right here. Sit. Wait. We got her something. Sit. She's still like 9 months, so she's still a puppy. Sit and wait. Settle. We got her a little treat. No, settle. Wait. Thank you. Wait. Well, we got her a little treat. This is basically her iPad. She chews on this or eat on this. I filled it with some peanut butter in her food. We're finna do it. We're finna do it. Right here. Sit. Wait. Cook. Alright. Basically, I don't even know where I was at. Man. I quit track. I quit throwing. I used to do discus, shot put, javelin, hammer throw, basically all of them. My best was discus. This isn't about that. I quit that sport, which I really, really enjoyed. I enjoyed it enough to do it from 7th grade or 8th grade all the way up until my sophomore year of college. I stopped so I could start working. When I was on campus, I needed to get a job on campus that was closer to my degree or internship or something. While I was on campus, I started trying to get internships for what I thought I wanted to do, for stuff I thought was fun. I was really into cameras and videoing and making videos, so I started filming on the football team, filming sideline footage, making videos, stuff like that. Editing them, they're really cool. I could probably show a highlight like right here. Basically, that's what I used to do out there for like a semester. And it was really cool. I enjoyed it. I realized there wasn't any money in it. Because one, AI was coming, two, video just didn't have the money that it really needed that I wanted. After doing that for a semester, I decided to leave because we had a little thing where they weren't paying us. And that was crap. They had me working, and I had to go up to the president and like tell him. I think it was a superintendent or the athletic director. I had to go up to him and be like, I ain't getting paid. I need to get my money. We got money. It wasn't as big of a check as they said it was going to be. I left. If you want me to kind of go more into that story, I could later, but I'm not going to. I'm going to go back. Basically, the next job I had after that on campus was an internship with the cafeteria's catering company called Sodexo Magic, which was a marketing internship. I went in there to get a financial accounting internship or something. They said, we just hired a new financial lady, so she can't really teach you because she's learning herself. We do have a lady that's over marketing, and you could help her because she needs help. So that's what I did. I was her marketing intern for a couple months. And she quit or left or something. I'm not gonna go too much into it. Basically, I became the marketing specialist, which meant I was technically the marketing manager. I was on intern payroll. I was managing the entire marketing sector as an intern. And I did it, and I did really well. I put my video skills to use, editing skills to use, made pretty cool videos, interview style videos, stuff like that, edits. I did a pretty great job at making the cafeteria kind of known again. When I left college and graduated, I was gonna stay with them and try to stay with them and go full time because I liked it. I had to look at what was the most responsible decision for me. That was actually to see were they even gonna let me go full time, basically stay on them about it. I did that. Long story short, I left. I graduated semester early. When I graduated in December, they still had a semester left in the year. Even though they kept saying, once I graduate, I could possibly get off intern payroll or get a raise, because that's what I've been asking for the whole time I was up there, because I want more money. They was like, you haven't graduated yet and don't have a degree, you need a degree. So I was like, cool, I'm about to graduate. Either way, long story short, they asked me to come back the next semester to Alcorn and work for them, still working for internship pay, which was like $11 an hour, which isn't bad. It wasn't even $11, it was $10 an hour, which isn't bad, but it's not good. It's nothing that I can live in Jackson and drive 1.5 or an hour all the way to Alcorn and commute that far, and it makes sense. Or live 30 minutes away or 15 minutes away in Port Gibson or Fayette, which is the closest you're gonna probably get, pay rent, but still only make $10 an hour. Crazy. And they don't even allow me to really work during the summer longer than 20 hours. I had to make the most responsible decision for me. Professionally, I wrote them a letter and everything. This is where we part ways because I've told you what I need. If you can't meet it, I'm gonna go back home and serve tables and make tips. I made more money making tips than $10 an hour. $10 an hour, I had like a $290 check. Granted, I was only working like, I think 20 hours a week or 25 hours a week, but still, it wasn't great. Serving tables, I can make on a good day 150 or 200, and on a bad day, like 50 or 100. So it just made more sense. And I was graduating and was leaving. With that being said, when I got back home, I was on a time crunch and on a time limit and had to find somewhere to stay. I ended up deciding that I was going to look for a house instead of an apartment because I was trying to avoid debt, and every apartment that I saw was like $1,400 for a 1-bedroom, 1-bathroom and up, or really like $1,300 and up, which was insane. If you think about it, a rent is to pay for a mortgage, so they're making profit and paying for a mortgage. So mortgages are always going to be lower than rent, no matter what. I was making plans to buy a house, even though I didn't have any money at the time, because I still was holding my crypto investments. My crypto investments made it to where I was able to actually afford a down payment. And I was able to get into a house in October. And I started looking in February. Crazy. I graduated in December. Crazy. I've now been here for about almost a year. It's been maybe 8 months. Crazy. Or 9 months. Still crazy. I got this little girl while she was a baby in November. Right here. Crazy. Look at her now. She's freaking
Can you get down?
A lot of time has passed, but at the same time, things are going by really fast, or things are happening fast. The reason I say this, you see how big she is in the camera? She's only 9 months. I got her at 3 months. I've only had her 6 months. I've only been in this house actually 7 months then, if my math is correct. At the end of the day, I've learned more here by myself than I have in a while. Like being independent actually makes it to where you have to learn things. There was a lot of things I learned while buying my house because I bought it by myself with no co-signer or anything. I had a down payment from crypto, which was money that I saved up from my childhood. I used my life savings to buy my house. It's very irresponsible. It is very irresponsible because after that, I didn't have nothing anymore. Either way. After I got my house, I was still serving. I had a better serving job by that time. That's one thing. Even if you feel stuck, don't stop moving forward, no matter what's going on. The reason I say that is because the entire time I was getting my house or trying to get my house, stuff would happen, bad stuff would happen. And I would have to literally just keep moving forward and keep doing what I was doing to make it. If I would have stopped, I wouldn't have made it here. Luckily, I had people to support me and for me to talk to while I was going through all the stuff. Still, at the end of the day, I had to sit there, deal with it, and keep moving forward. That's what you have to do. Continue to move forward no matter what it is. If you have a plan or something you want to get, you just got to keep on moving forward and keep working towards that plan. You got to focus. Luckily, timing was right for the market. I did a lot of preparation. This time when I saw it go up in 2024, my 900 that used to be 8,000 and fell down to 900 rose back up. It rose all the way up. I think I had like 25 grand at one point. Then it started to go back down. At 25 grand, I was excited. So excited. I was just like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. I was just dancing in my room. I think even my mom was like, what the hell are you doing? I was making too much noise. I couldn't tell her I had just made $25,000. I wasn't finna do that. Basically, I held it for a couple days because I thought it was gonna go up some more. And then I started watching it go down. And it went down to 24,000. I was gonna go back up. 23,000, it's gonna go back up. It went down to 21,000. I said, what the f? And I said, I have too much riding on this. I have a house that I'm trying to buy. And I have to hurry up and get out of here in a certain amount of time. It was dire. I felt adrenaline, emotions, everything they say you're gonna feel when you're investing and dealing with crypto and ups and downs and bears and bulls and all that. I felt all the emotion in these moments. As I'm watching it fall down and watching the amount of money I have disappear, I'm paralyzed, stuck, watching. I'm just not moving. Cause I'm like, it's gonna go back up. Cause I'm like, I can make the $200 I just left, I just lost. If it just goes back up and make another 200, then I'll get back out. Then I'll get out. Then I was like, and it never went up, and it kept going down. I was like, it's gonna go back up, cause I was like, I'm used to it going up and down. It never went back up. And I was like, is this happening again? Am I going to have $25,000 and go back down to $900? So I said, forget it. I'm out. I'm taking my profits. I'm leaving. Because I'm not gonna sit here and have my entire plan that I've had go down in smoke because I was too greedy and couldn't deal with having under 24 grand. So I decided that I was gonna get out, and I did. I hopped the hell out of there, and I took profits. I took $19,000 out of there, put it in my bank account. Then that's when I was ready. A month or two later, I was able to buy my house with a down payment. I showed up at the meeting to sign my papers at the law firm. They were like, do you have the money? I do. I think my down payment was somewhere over, it was between, I'm not gonna give out too many numbers, but it was between 10 and 16K. And I actually had enough to cover it. It ended up being more than I thought it was gonna be because I had to pay my realtor, I had to pay the law firm for hosting, I had to pay inspections, which were $400 a piece. I had to pay closing fees, a lot of money. Now I'm here. I am very happy about where I am. I enjoy it. I got my dog, she's pretty cool. She's a handful. She got ADHD or something, I don't know. She's pretty cool. The moments when she's chill is pretty chill. Now I'm here, me and my dog chilling. I don't have to worry about hearing somebody's mouth when I wake up in the morning, or just sleep in if I want to. I rarely do. I normally wake up at 5:30. Still, I have the ability to go do anything. I can cook whatever I want to cook. I can have whatever I want in the fridge. I can use any part of the fridge. I can do whatever I feel is necessary to keep the house clean or fit or whatever I need to do. I have a robot vacuum now. I'm not finna sweep. Robot vacuum. I'm out and turn that vacuum on. And it go around the house, clean up. Very useful for her because she sheds a lot. Now I'm gonna sit here, stay at the house, and make money. After being in the house for about 4 or 5 months, I got a new job. Finally, outside of the restaurant industry. I can talk about that in another video. I'm gonna make it quick. I did a lot to get that new job. I didn't tell anybody about it or about trying to get it, except my close family. I didn't because I have the belief that people get dopamine from talking about things they plan to do or dreams that they have. And once you get the dopamine from it, you're now satisfied and then no longer care about doing things. But with that being said, that dopamine hit, I didn't want to get that until I had bought the house. I didn't tell anyone I was trying to do it. I didn't tell anyone that I was trying to get a job. I didn't tell anyone what advancements I was trying to do, except close family, because I didn't need to be releasing all my dopamine. Delayed gratification was the thing in 2023, 2022, and I'm sticking with it. It's 2026. I now have a new job that has a steady income, got benefits. I have my weekends back. All this just because I took time in the past to help future me out, and it really worked. If you've already graduated college, this video is probably too late for you. You can still technically use this. You would just be helping out 40-year-old you, not college you, because that's already passed. And whatever's in the past you can't fix, you don't focus on it. You keep on moving forward. You move to the future. So you can just help out 40-year-old you. If you're in high school, this video's for you. If you're about to go to college, try your best to go debt-free. If your parents are making you, because that's what happens, try to go debt-free. Try to go a route where you're not paying for college, you're not in student loans, because having debt for something that you're not even sure if you're going to use it is kind of crazy. I'm now in debt. I got a house for my debt. I got a new car for my debt, or a used car, but it's new to me for debt. I have stuff I'm using for debt. At some point, I want to get something that makes me money for debt. I'll talk about it in another story. At this point in time, if you are young, you have time on your side. I was told that my entire life. Is so true. I still have time on my side. I'm going to use it for my 30s. I'm going to make 30-year-old Vaughn have the best life ever. Not because I believe that if I do that, I'm going to have a great life or better life, or no. I know I'm going to have a better life than what I have right now. I already like what I have right now. I wouldn't trade my life with anyone else. No matter what happened in the past or what happened now, ups, downs, I wouldn't trade any of it, because every single bit of it is what got me here, and I don't regret a thing at all. And the reason I say that is because I am me. All the decisions that I have made are what brought me here. If I hadn't made some decisions, I probably wouldn't have even made it in this house. The bad things had to happen for me to get in this house. There's no way that I was going to get in this house without some of those bad things happening. I just have to keep moving forward. That's what you need to do. Keep moving forward. And that's really it. I want y'all to just take this last final lesson to heart, because if you make the decisions that are the most responsible for you at the moment, and the most responsible for your future self in the next moment, then you will not be disappointed with the decisions you made in the past in a gone moment. I kind of made that up as I went. I really do mean that, because life isn't promised. Good things are not promised. Bad things are not promised. You don't know what you're going to have to deal with. Just try to prepare. You're going to have to do something with the finances, so prepare financially and keep yourselves out of debt if you can. Some people are born into this world with their credit being used by their parents. Those people are very unfortunate. That's very unfortunate. It's bad to be born into something like that. Still doesn't mean that you're helpless, but you do have to work a lot harder. It can be done. It just takes awareness, time, reason, and action. There's not a specific order. Awareness normally comes first. Action normally gets it done. That's really it. Hopefully this video made you aware on a few things that are happening in your life that you could possibly take control of and get yourself to where you want to be in the future. I was just telling how I, at 23, bought a house 1 year after college. I didn't really want to go into too much. I feel like that was a good amount of information. Maybe at some point I'll do like a home tour or something, or house tour. I'm gonna go ahead and log off, and Mina's knocked out. We'll see you later. Bye. Let's go.